Hi, this is Santa here. So I have a little story for you to really key in on the reason for the season. And it all begins with a true character by the name of Nicholas. Nicholas was born in Patara, which is southern Turkey. And later, as a very young man, he became the bishop of Myra, also in Turkey. His parents were very wealthy, but they died due to plague when he was very young. So Nicholas inherited a lot of money, and I mean a lot of money. But you know, Nicholas remembered the story that Jesus told about the rich young man who came to him and wanted to know what he needed to do to inherit eternal life. And Nicholas thought, I don't want to be like that man because he went away sorrowful. He had so many riches. He loved those more than he loved God. And so Nicholas determined that he would give away all of his money. And he began doing it in very creative ways. One of the chief ways that I remember hearing about was a man who had 3 daughters. And they were all of marrying age, but he had no money for a dowry. And if he couldn't afford it, then his daughters might be forced into slavery or even prostitution just to make a living. And so when Nicholas heard about this, one evening he went by their window and he tossed in a bag of gold, landing somewhere near the fireplace. The second night he also returned with another bag of gold, and he tossed that into the window, and it landed in one of the girls' shoes. The third night he came again, and he tossed in another bag of gold. It landed in the sock of one of the girls hanging from the chimney. So these 3 girls had enough money for their dowry and they could marry. Well, Nicholas went on to do a lot of gift giving, especially to children who were poor and destitute. And he had a lot of creative ways to do that. And of course, just like any other story, when word gets around, sometimes those stories get embellished and they get bigger and bigger and bigger. And pretty soon, Nicholas was being called Santa Claus. Saint Nicholas, Santa Claus. In other parts of the world, he's called Père Noël, or Father Christmas, or Kris Kringle. But whatever they're called, they have the spirit of St. Nicholas. And they continue that giving today throughout the world. In 1940 or 42, Santa got a makeover. He donned the red suit and a bottle of Coca-Cola, and a new era began. Well, I have this suit because I want to have a message for those serving in our armed forces, that they're not forgotten. And so we ask God's blessing upon you, and that you would join me in the spirit of giving, just as God first gave his Son, so we can give ourselves and we can give things to others to bring joy to their lives. Thank you all, and may you have a blessed Christmas.